So this is the kind of walk right here. 2 outs, 8-hole hitter. It was a 2-out walk in the first inning. It's Mookie Betts, right? This is where, and it does happen to young. This is where it does happen to young pitchers sometimes. Not that AJ's letting down, but that concentration can slip just a little bit with 2 outs. And you got to remind yourself and tell yourself to get a little bit more dialed in instead of going in the other direction.
Bottom of the order, the catcher Fiducia, who had 2 hits and an RBI last night. Line drive to left center, and nobody's going to get there. That's going to tie this game. An unlikely source, Hunter Fiducia, has really provided offense for Los Angeles here through these first couple of games.
Yeah, last night too, guys. The first time up, shot it the other way. Here, fastball up in the zone, and the scary part is last night Bryce Elder kind of got away with this because he brought up Ohtani twice with 2 on and 2 outs. And he was able to get out of it, but you don't want to keep doing that too many times with this guy walking up to the plate.
Well, he's done a great job of turning the order over, certainly, but not what was anticipated. I think for both of these catchers, they're working on figuring out who gets to stay once Will Smith gets back.
Fiducia's making his presence felt, and he does flip that lineup card over to Shohei Ohtani. Once again in MVP talks this year alongside Pete Crow Armstrong in Chicago. His 4 MVPs is second all time to Barry Bonds. Bonds won 7 of them. Ohtani 4, including 3 straight. But he gets underneath this. Harris waits, coming in. He's got it. But the Dodgers do tie it up 1-1. Atlanta Braves baseball is brought to you by Georgia Power. Score big savings at georgiapower.com/tips. By Comcast Business, all-in-one connection and protection your small business can rely on. No one does business like Comcast Business. And by your local Ford dealer. Each team with a run, bottom of the second, and the bottom of the order here for Atlanta. Yastrzemski, Riley, Murphy.
That was a big play of the game last night in that first inning when they didn't call the foul ball either.
Brutal.
I think missed by 4 inches.
Yep, and that would have scored Harris. would have made it a 4-run first inning.
Saying if everything with replay, how can you not replay that?
That's what CJ mentioned.
Yeah, it's one of those things. I think, you know, the only thing really, I was talking to Charlie Culberson about this today, and he brought up the point of, you know, Major League Baseball is just trying to keep the game moving. And so is it about
stop putting oven mitts on?
not having everything be reviewable, but that should be because it cost the Braves a run.
I mean, look how. Not trying to pick on Yaz here, but you missed it by 5 inches. But that's a run.
And you brought up a good point, CJ. Edwin Jimenez working the plate. Probably heard that ball deflect off the glove of Fiducian. That was the sound he thought was a swing, or with a bat hitting the ball, but it was not.
And umpires never overturned that call. I don't know if I've ever seen one overturned in person.
They could have gotten together and decided if somebody else had seen it. But you're right.
But I feel like they never do that.
And once again, Edwin Jimenez is letting Yastrzemski down here, and he's going to step out.
Well, he was not happy at all with this call, and so it's back-to-back nights. No Christmas cards this year from Mike.
You're not getting together.
Nope.
They're going to check down again. This did not go.
It's the previous pitch first. Let's take one he got mad at here. Oh, okay, maybe. Yeah, we always watch it full speed. We're like, he didn't go. Oh, yeah. Sorry, you did, I think.
Look out. Almost hit Riley on deck, but he got out of the way. Sasaki, the 24-year-old from Japan, ready with another 2-2 pitch. Another foul ball.
It's pretty amazing how the Dodgers have really cornered the MPB in the Japanese market, obviously with Sasaki and Yamamoto and Shohei Ohtani, and a couple of the biggest stars that have come out of Japan in a long time, and huge Dodger fans all around Japan because of the work that they've done, and some huge marketing dollars that come the other way as well.
And the Braves will see Yamamoto tomorrow against Chris Sale. What a pitching matchup that should be.
Chris Sale's had a couple good ones in a row, huh? The Miz and then Yamamoto.
Yep.
Yeah, it seemed like they kind of changed the rotation to give him what they always do, is try to find a couple of extra days and then a couple of tough teams.
An 8-pitch at bat that goes the way of Sasaki.
So the split goes the other direction. I don't think this is intentional, but you talk about the split. That one kind of cutting in a little bit. You see how it finishes inner third, but effective nonetheless. What was the phrase that Hef used when he was talking about the split? He was saying, he just basically talking about how volatile it is. You never know which direction it potentially is going to go in and how hard it is to have that same movement.
Riley will drop this into left field. Got 98 on the heater from Sasaki, but no problem for Austin Riley.
I think that's some of this. I've always said this. Whenever a pitcher has a long at bat, 7, 8, 9, 10 pitches, that first pitch to the next hitter is usually a very good pitch. He got jammed on that still, but it's a great pitch to go on.
It's the best way to hit the split, right?
Exhausted, and you're like, you know what? Don't hit that.
Murphy hitting ninth. But yeah, Sasaki, 4 seasons over in Japan, and he was a phenom. His first year over there in professional baseball, he was 18. Threw a perfect game in April of 22 with 19 strikeouts. Came back the next start and threw 8 perfect innings. But because his pitch count was high, they took him out of the game. But what's interesting about him coming over here stateside, guys, is because he chose to leave Japan before age 25, he's classified as an international amateur free agent. So that really restricted his earnings potential. Now he signed a big bonus, but his base salary is $800,000.
Did the same thing essentially that Shohei did, right? Come over early so you can be a free agent earlier if it works out, and you're still young enough where you can get the monster contract. You were giving up potentially big dollars up front to do that.
I think he'll be all right.
Yeah, I think it's going to turn out well for him. He strikes out Murphy 2 away.
Now, when you said his pitch count got a little too high, like 140, 150, I mean, over there, they will let those guys throw, man. It is nothing.
Once a week, too,
yeah.
You know?
Yep. They're not afraid.
What is it, every Sunday or Monday is an off day?
Every Monday.
Every Monday.
So you basically will have
pitch once a week.
Yep. Or your guy that pitches Tuesday and Sunday. You have the 6-man, which they have a pretty steady 6-man over there, but sometimes it's like college. You could turn into the Friday night pitcher. You're just pitching the same day of the week. Oh, you would love it. You would love pitching over there.
Bullet train home after the game.
So at least the team I played for, the second day after you started, you didn't even come to the ballpark.
Oh, they got good golf in Japan.
Baldwin with a hit. Riley makes a turn, but he's going to stop at second base.
Now that was first pitch splitter right there that he went ahead and jumped on. It's the one you want to hit. Kind of stayed, even though it was dropping. You can tell Drake recognized that.
So a pair of singles, one by Riley, now one by Baldwin. 2 on, 2 out. Acuna to the plate. And he's been seeing a lot of that. Fastballs elevated.
So once you start getting beat on it, right, then you're going to try to cheat to it a little bit, and then you can't stop your swing, or if you get that split, you're going to be in trouble. It's obviously the big advantage of having a big time fastball, and right now facing a guy here in Ronald who has had a hard time getting high velocity up in the zone.
This is a sharp grounder, but it is right at bats, and the Braves strand a couple in the second inning. Braves are showing their appreciation for the best fans of baseball. Fan appreciation flash sale, 40% off tickets for the Rockies, Rays, and Reds, 25% off tickets for tomorrow night's game against the Dodgers, and then the Phillies series as well. Braves.com/flash for more information.
Better hurry. Tomorrow night, midnight, when that runs out.
Get on it now before it goes away.
The old flash sale.
Flash.
That's a hard one to say. I had to read that today, right? Braves.com/flash. You got to slow down.
How now, brown cow?
Not my strength.
Freddie Freeman to the plate. He grounded out back in the first.
Been really interesting here in the month of August for Freddie. He has really had a difficult time getting to four-seam fastballs. You see a couple of sliders here to start this at bat. Actually, that's the curveball there from A.J. Smith-Shawver, but he is hitting just .214 against four-seamers. And we noticed yesterday where Bryce Elder just attacked him and locked him up, and the exit velocity is down considerably. Now, all year you look at the numbers, they've been great, but here in August,
well, and the power,
yeah, lagging a little bit.
Yeah.
AJ just threw him a couple of heaters, 2-2. And will Freddie get to that 3,000 hit mark? He's at 2,576, most among active hitters. So you think a few more seasons as he is going to add to that hit total here, his first of the series. And it's going to be a double to start the third for Freddie Freeman.
That's what we get for calling him out on the power.
But it's a split. It's hanging. Didn't even sound that loud. He did get it good at 102, but didn't feel like it. This is about location.
Yeah, that pitch is saying hit me.
When you're struggling, would you put an off-speed middle up as your best chance of getting a hit?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, I guess
like
it is all the time, but
ball, man.
when you're not getting other stuff, that's a gift.
Started a fight in Colorado one time. Yorvi Toriablo was catching Jimenez 2 pitches at 101 into me, 0-2, and then he threw a slider at 92. Hot hanging. I took him deep. Crossed home plate and told Toriablo, thanks, man. He didn't take too kindly to it. But it's true, right? Like, you know, you saw the last thing with Acuna. That ball was hit hard at short. What was it? Splitter. We saw the same thing last night from Evan Phillips, if you remember, to Acuna. He 112 off the bat. What was it? Slider.
And bats in the air to Ozzie Albies. There's your first out, the third.
I would just imagine, CJ, and you probably do this pitching sometimes, like if you would blow 2 heaters by somebody, in your mind where you're like, surely I can't do this a third time. Like the hitter's got to be adjusting.
Well, you're going to be shocked to find this out, but as an overthinker, the way that I am, yes, as opposed to just do what's simple, right? Keep it right in front of you. If you're going to do something off speed, bury it, right? If you get a guy that's trying to speed up, it's not to say you can't throw an off speed pitch.
Throw that split, you're not going to be able to bury it every time.
Yeah,
right?
You make that mistake,
problem.
They're going to make you pay.
That was buried in the dirt way in front of the plate. The splitter missing to Muncy.
But I think sometimes in this game you don't trust your eyes, right? And you're like, man, this guy's late on 2 heaters. Can I really do this again?
Yep, absolutely.
And majority of the time the answer is yes.
It's all about perspective, right? When you see it from your side as a hitter, you're just like, just do it again. What are you doing?
Yeah.
And as a pitcher, you go, man, can I really do that 3 times to a big leaguer?
Exactly.
We have had quite a few balls hit way up in the sky.
Michael lost that for a second.
He did, but he had enough time to locate it. That has to be, Frenchie, the most helpless feeling in the world as an outfielder.
And when it's hit, like, you know, if it's in the gap sometimes, maybe you have your right fielder coming over, but when it's hit directly at you and you have no help, you're like, oh my gosh. And like you said, that one was hit so high that he actually had time to find it.
Good interview you did with him before the game, by the way.
Yeah, thank you.
I liked when you asked him what's the biggest surprise of being a new father. What did he tell you?
The stuff that comes out of a baby.
The amount.
Diaper. The types of stuff.
He was, got very specific. Edman started last inning with a double, came in to score. Freeman started this inning with a double. He's still out at second base. Pitch number 50 here for A.J. Smith-Shawver is a strike.
Easy math for you and I, Frenchie, right there. 50% strike so far tonight, or 50% balls.
Recipe.
Edman deep to right. Acuna's going to try to deke him. It's not going to matter. It's just over the wall for a 2-run homer. Edman is 2 for 2 with a double and a 2-run homer.
So this pitch is new for him, the slider. He gave him 3 in this at bat, and that is his 3rd or probably his 4th best pitch. Interesting to see him throw it as many times as he just did there to Tommy Edman.
And the problem is sometimes too, as a pitcher, I'm sure you look up that scoreboard and you see, you know, you're throwing a lot of balls right there, and you think I gotta start getting it over, but it's still got to be quality strikes. That one was a spinner.
And they're excited about that pitch, but it's still new. I think it's still in development to some degree. He got Max Muncy to pop up on that 2-0 count on the slider, but maybe just one too many times. And that's the hard part about breaking pitches, off-speed pitches when you are behind in the count. He threw a 2-0 slider, got a called strike. You probably want to be in the zone again, 2-1, right? Not going to take a chance on Chase, and that one just too good.
So it's the Dodgers' first lead of the series. Yesterday, Braves got up 3-0. Dodgers would tie it at 3, but then the Braves would go ahead and hang on. But now the Dodgers with a 3-1 advantage here in Game 2. Tucker trying to shoot it the other way. Ozzie backhands. But a 2-run homer by Tommy Edman. 3-1 LA as we head to the bottom of the 3rd. Atlanta Braves baseball is brought to you by Toyota. Visit your local Toyota dealers today. By Racetrack, whatever gets you going. And by Southern Company, proud partner of the Tour Championship. Olsen solo homer back in the 1st inning. 37th homer of the year for Matt Olson. Looking up at Kyle Schwarber with 39 posted baseball. And now Olson will lead off here in the bottom of the 3rd.
You hit a slider, getting first pitch heater?
The answer is yes.
Although sometimes people, we talk about trying to trick you, right? I'm coming back with that same pitch.
Yep.
Sasaki last year is a rookie. Now we mentioned he played pro over in Japan, but in Major League Baseball he's a rookie last year, but he missed 4 months with that shoulder issue. And Frenchie, you mentioned it, they brought him back. They found a role for him in that bullpen in the postseason, and he was lights out. 10 2/3 and just gave up 1 run.
What a luxury, huh?
So good, yeah.
Olsen tags this to center. Pretty deep, but caught just in front of the wall by Thomas.
He got him out just enough in that splitter. He hit it well, but just out front a little bit.
Sounded good too, and Matt Olson usually tells us the story. He knows, and when he hit that one, I think he knew he just missed it.
When you go to Chattahoochee Falls, you got to bring it.
And bring your towel, but not there for Olsen. Whoa, look out. Sasaki goes tumbling over as that ball gets grounded to Edman. He did a somersault out there on the mound.
But backwards.
It was pretty impressive.
I'm trying to figure out what was going on with his momentum here. Watch this, right? He goes for it and then no.
I think he's going to get a little ribbing in the locker room for that one.
Stop, drop, and roll, right? They'll bring him up in kangaroo court for pretending there was a fire he was trying to get out of. What in the world?
Yeah, that front foot just slipped. Speaking of moving him to the pin and their pitching and how they align in the postseason, Ohtani is going to return here soon. They're going to start to build him back up after he has thrown a couple of successful bullpens.
Yeah, I wonder if they're going to do what they did a year ago with Shohei Ohtani. Remember, it was rehab in the big leagues. Inning, 2 innings, 3 innings, each outing more and more. Maybe they do that again.
So many options for the Dodgers. Betts sidearm throw and a clean inning for Sasaki. The Braves go in order. Top 4, Smith-Shawver back to the mound. Speaking of AJ and the mound, it's our Comcast Business Defend the Mound feature. See what he has done here at Truist over 7 starts.
Yep, very comfortable in this ballpark, and so far now here, the 3 runs through 3 innings, and what you're hoping for AJ Smith-Shawver is that he can get past or at least up to that 5-inning mark, right? The first 2 starts this year as a big leaguer, both of them have been 4 1/3, but clearly he has been comfortable here at Truist.
But again, the command, quite a few balls that he has thrown today. In fact, this batter, Alec Thomas, is the only one out of 15 batters that Smith-Shawver has faced that has offered at the first pitch. So they have been very patient. And patient there, he takes a strike.
And I think also based on what we have seen, that control versus command conversation, right? Control thinking about the walks, command inside the strike zone. He got burned by that hanging slider.
Yaz over toward the line.
The tough thing is a young pitcher too. CJ coming back. Last night, Blake Snell was talking about stuff versus command. And, you know, he's been around a long time. And so he's like, I wanted to make sure that my stuff obviously was good because it has to be good to pitch in the big leagues. But he said, I would command my fastball. Then I would command my second best pitch. So I would think sometimes for AJ, that's probably, you're seeing right there, that one was called a strike, but he's missing that fastball a lot. Elevated right now. So
especially the two-seamer, right? He probably is not throwing that at the top of the zone intentionally.
But I would just think a younger kid like him, you're worried a lot of stuff. And I think when you first come back, stuff's great, but you got to be able to have command.
I don't think anybody's worried about his stuff, right? The arm is live. He's got the split. The slider is new. All of that stuff is good. And as that was at bat there against Teoscar Hernandez, three-pitch punch out.
Yeah, you look at those last couple of pitches. That was impressive for the strikeout.
That's what Teoscar's probably thinking. He walked me on 4 pitches last at bat, and now just absolutely dominated me.
So that's 2 outs on 5 pitches after Sasaki had a very quick 8-pitch bottom of the third.
We'll figure out how to get Babe Ruth out here.
Yeah, Fiducia, another RBI hit in the second inning. So back towards us.
I think you hear guys when they come back from surgery, though, really talk about it. That's kind of the last thing, command, especially the secondaries.
Yeah.
That final kind of threshold that you have to cross before you feel like you're all the way back.
Showing bunt. 3 balls, 1 strike. Line drive, Fiducia.
Oh,
careful.
It's
almost made the play. That was tough. He had the net closing in.
Top spin.
Had to deal with the ledge at that shelf.
Look at this.
Tell you what, I'm out of there. At this point, I'm gone.
Got kind of, I don't know. So coming back to believe he should have made the play.
Splitter misses. And so Ohtani will come to the plate here with 2 outs.
And another time that we've let the 8-9, this time the 9-hole hitter get on. And again, you keep holding Shohei at bay, but at some point, man, you're just playing with fire.
A few more sinkers here tonight, and something for AJ when he's using that pitch, looking for contact, right? Like any two-seam fastball, and trying to get it on the ground to keep the pitch count in check.
'70th pitch of the night, broken bat, and this one is going to fall for Ohtani. That's going to put runners at the corners. All 3 runs for the Dodgers have come with 2 away here tonight, and they're trying to do it again in the 4th inning.
Thing split right in half. Look at that.
This ball is going to be off the very end of the bat. Good look at the AJ Smith-Shawver splitter, and wow.
One-handed.
Yeah. Well, he finally got that hit, right? And all these times it's happened. Now, fortunately, a run doesn't score, and you got to go out there and get Freddie Freeman.
A double last inning for Freddie Freeman. He came with a score on the Edmund 2-run homer. First pitch here, deep down the left field line, but tailing into the seats.
At some point, he's going to start hitting the fastball again. But in the meantime, a little frustrating if he ends up beating you on something other than the fastball. Again, the bat looked a little bit slow yesterday. He was able to get a split here in his previous at bat for that double. Just love to see AJ go back to that four-seamer, especially if you crowd him.
Inside, but with a slider there. And the 1-1 four-seam fastball is fouled away. You like that pitch?
I really like that pitch. I like watching Sean Murphy get set up and in. AJ executes really well. Hits his spot. Freddie's late. Get the foul ball. That is what they wanted. That's a good pitch. Now there's a lot you can do from there. And you can see Freddie in the frustration, just feeling like he is late, can't get to it.
Yeah.
I don't think he's faking that and trying to set up AJ in that spot. Sometimes a hitter might do that, but we'll see if he goes splitter back to the heater.
He went back to the heater.
When I talk about setting up, there was a time Manny Ramirez, probably one of the most famous guys at doing it. Foul the ball off, act like he's, man, I can't get to that pitch. And then he'd be sitting on something else and then whack.
Chipper do that. He'd like pull the oblique, you know.
And then hit it 450 feet. Now, Ohtani's going to take second base here, uncontested.
Must be nice to be that good of a big league hitter where you can mess around like that and have the confidence.
Well, 3-1 here.
Yeah, big part right here.
Yeah, you got Freeman at the plate. You got to try to get out of this.
Get that fastball up and in again. Get it there. Nope.
Away with that heater, fouled away by Freeman.
Well, Murph actually was, I think, looking for the one middle, and he'd been a little bit more pronounced in his setup. Now, Shohei Ohtani's out at second base, so he could be setting up a little bit later and not wanting to give that location away.
In on the hands, shallow right field. Acuna is in to take it.
Good call, CJ. He did that. He set up late.
Yeah.
At the very end, he moved in and was able to get a huge out to get through the fourth.
Tonight's Whataburger, what a play. How about some Braves history? Ozzie Albies, yes, 13th sacrifice fly this season, bringing home Dubon last night. A new single-season franchise record, passing Hank Aaron and Del Crandall. Each had 12 in 1960, and there it is. That's going to be the centerpiece in Ozzie Albies' trophy case, maybe.
I don't know. I feel like that's the ball that gets lost in his next move.
You know, I did ask him. I said,
you built that up great, but it's like,
hey,
that's a record?
I'd be excited about it, Frenchie. I did ask Ozzie where that ranked, and he said, well, there's probably a couple others I might put in front of that. But
there it is, number 13.
I actually laughed last night. They put it up on the board, and no one really did anything. I don't think anybody knew what to do.
So great.
Well, it was funny. I asked him about that. You know, obviously big RBI he put the Braves ahead with in the 8th. And, you know, did he say anything to Freddie when he got to first? He said, I didn't say anything. I did stick my tongue out at him.
Message received.
That's on par for Ozzie. Is there going to be room?
That's going to get out of here.
It's up. It is.
Or he looked at Freddie and was like, you're talking to the all-time single season sac fly leader.
Freddie's like, I've got over 2,500 hits, you know.
Yeah, but how many sac flies?
How many sac flies do you have in a season?
Ozzie did have a homer off of Sasaki when Sasaki started here last year in May. But Sasaki would get the win in that game, his first big league win as a rookie last season.
All right, so if you're a teammate, you're absolutely getting joke T-shirts made up, right?
There's no doubt. So they showed that. I'm like, really?
Get him a bottle of Mum's champagne and set it in his locker.
I will say this, the sac fly he had yesterday, that was legit.
Yeah.
Like, that was a curveball, 2 strikes class. Now, like, there's sometimes you're kind of mad, right? You got a guy in third and you get a good pitch.
And a payoff pitch here, and we'll do it again.
I mean, he's still got, what, 4 weeks left to really improve the sac fly record.
Just want to put it out of reach for anybody else that, 10-year-old sitting at home right now thinking about how could I get that record? I want to be a Brave one day. Can I get the 13 or 14 sac flies in a season and be the guy?
The major league record is 19, so the chase is on.
Who's got the major league record?
Gil Hodges. That's Gretsch just feeding good information. There's a walk for Ozzie.
It's a good way to start.
He did it in 1954.
He had a couple late too, if I remember.
There were, yes, big. September, the playoff push that year. Yastrzemski to the plate. He struck out swinging in the second. Ozzie goes. He's in there.
Yeah, you can tell, man, Ozzie took right before that 2 steps, and Saki's not even looking over, man.
Yeah.
I mean, not even paying attention.
And so both times, right, the stolen bases on the first pitch against
Look at this
Sasaki.
right here. Watch this. The creep, and I mean, it's just timed up, gone.
They have him read perfectly, and for Antoine Richardson, right, doing the homework, looking for the keys, and they got it right so far.
So Dubon had a stolen bag back in the first. Ozzie here in the fourth. Shallow out to center. Is anybody going to get there? The answer is no. Thomas has great speed, but it fell in front of him. And the Braves are in business here at the corners. Nobody out.
You could tell that was trouble right away. Thomas playing a little bit deeper. He did not get a good read on this.
Which more often than not, when you're talking about that's the fork ball there where he spreads out those fingers a little bit more, the odds of somebody hitting that over your head means they squared it up and it's probably gone, right? More weak contact against the split, slider, all the off-speed pitches, and Ozzie played it smart, had to make sure that ball get down before he started running.
All right, so the Braves got the run in the first, and the Dodgers got 1 in the second, 2 in the third on the Edman homer. And now the Braves trying to claw back and tie this thing or take the lead in the fourth. Riley Riley lifts it in the air to right center. At the very least, that will get Ozzie Albies in. It is 3-2 here at the bottom of the fourth.
Yeah, he's trying to run Ozzie down.
There he is. Plenty of season left for Austin Riley to make that happen.
We're getting T-shirts made. Fourth of the year, climbing.
I didn't know sack flies would be such a hot topic tonight.
It is.
Wasn't it Joey Votto didn't have one? Oh no, Joey Gallo did not have one. I think his entire career. It took him like 6, 7, 8 years before he
either
got.
strikeout or home run or walk. He was a true 3 outcome. That's what they're talking about right now.
Chasing the record. Now Murphy.
Split it.
Yeah, it is going to split the gap perfectly. Yazel head for third, Murphy for second, and he's in there sliding with a double.
We talked about what Murph can do behind the plate. Everybody knows it now. For him, it's trying to get that bat back, and this is a nice way to get it started here. A little breaking ball, the slider that pops out and up, and so he sees it well and catches it out front. Nice piece hitting here. Thought maybe there would be a chance for Yaz to score on this, but Thomas able to get it in quickly.
The bottom of the order producing here. It all started with Ozzie in the 6 hole with a walk. And now the lineup card flips over. A meeting on the mound with pitching coach Mark Pryor.
All right, so in the meantime, I have a question for you guys. Which is bigger? That glove that's out in left field at Oracle Park?
Out there?
Uh-oh, what happened?
I feel like they're calling the trainer out there.
Oh,
now.
all right.
Talking about Rocky's glove.
Yeah, what's bigger, the glove in left field at Oracle or the one he's pitching with? That thing is huge. It's a softball glove.
That's a size 13. Maybe 14.
And they just signaled for Dave Roberts to come out there and get in on this discussion. Yes, you start to wonder if this is an injury conversation, certainly.
Well, that's to get both those guys out there.
Yeah. Had the health issue last year with a shoulder, missed 4 months. He's been healthy this season.
The body language does not look great in the facial expressions here from Roki Sasaki. He does not look like he wants to stay in this game.
I think he's taking the ball from him, yeah.
There was nobody warming up in the pen, so this will be a long pause with the injury while they make the decision and get somebody ready. While that happens, we'll step aside. Back to Truist Park in a moment. Braves baseball is brought to you by Xfinity. Reliable Wi-Fi at one price. Xfinity, imagine that. And by the Georgia Lottery. Today could be the day. Well, Sasaki exiting with some ailment. When we find out more, we'll pass it along. They're going to bring in Enriquez. We'll get to that in a moment. Right now, it's another Kia Field report with Wiley Ballard.
Thanks, Brandon. Well, we just saw Sean Murphy pick up a big double, and Drake Baldwin, Braves' other catcher, DH tonight, is coming up. And Walt spoke about that tandem and how that timeshare might work moving forward, and he felt like it was kind of a three-pronged decision. One, they want to make sure Drake's legs are in a good place. He's been such a key ingredient to this Braves offense. They might have Murph catch a little more. Two, Sean has done a phenomenal job since he's come back of getting Braves starters deep into the game. In fact, since his return, the Braves have had the second highest percentage of their innings pitched covered by their starters. And then third, when you look at Sean's offensive history here as a Brave, when he is playing more regularly, the better he performs. So a lot of synergies going on. I know that's some corporate speech, but I did that just for Frenchie.
Well done, Wiley.
That was a great field report.
Yeah, I say the best ones when you're here, Jeff.
Thanks, Wiley.
All right, so here is Enriquez. He's got a big-time fastball. He inherits runners at second and third with one away.
Well, and this is Dave Roberts right here. This is what he'll do. He'll bring in a high-leverage arm in a situation like this to try to put out the fire and then bring someone else. As he's always told me, I want to keep the game, the lead like this as much as I can and give my offense time to expand. Big fastball here.
First one was triple digits. That time 98. So the three biggest fastballs average velocity in baseball. You got Mason Miller, Mizorowski, and then this guy, Edgardo Enriquez. Tying run at third.
And the strikeout rate is good, but it's not off the charts great, right? You mentioned Mizorowski, a guy who's knocking on the door of a 40% strikeout rate, which you just don't see from starters. But for Enriquez, it's a 28%, a little bit better than league average, but
probably a lot of weak contact. I would
ton of weak contact, really low exit velocity against him.
He's ahead of Drake Baldwin, who is 1 for 2 tonight.
And quite honestly, you take it, right? You got the infield back right now. Ground ball to the right side.
Tie this ball game up.
Only one homer allowed in 52 2/3. Impressive.
Yeah, sack fly too. Just keep chasing Ozzie down.
Getting him nervous down there.
So Sasaki leaves after 3 1/3 with something bothering him. And already Dave Roberts has to turn it over to that bullpen. They've had their injury issues this year. Sasaki has been one of the few that's been able to stay healthy until tonight. 3-2. First base vacant. Acuna waiting on deck. And Baldwin fouls away the cutter.
Kind of what you're saying though with the strikeout stuff here. You can see, I mean, while it's 100 in his heart, he's getting bat to ball.
21 strikeouts on his slider, 25 there on the four-seam fastball. He's probably counting on some chase or getting guys caught in between pitches.
Pitch number 8 of the at-bat. Baldwin to left field. Hernandez going back toward the corner. Oh, he didn't catch it. It dropped fair. And the Braves are going to take the lead.
Well, boys, I thought we were going to have another sac fly on the night. Instead, it turns into a double and 2 ribbies. And this is one where Teoscar never really got a great read of this, and he kind of drifted. And if you played here enough, right, you know that ball tends to drift back into play, and he just overran it. Watch this ball.
Oh, whiffed it.
We talked about the outfield defense without Andy Pages out there. I know that one Pages is not going to get to, but a big concern, I know, for the Dodgers.
That was barely fair, but it was. And the Braves have the lead, and now Acuna at the plate.
That was the one thing I was concerned about, right? Whether or not that ball was actually fair, but no argument at all from the Dodgers. And we told you that Tasker Hernandez is struggling mightily at the plate, and now a big, huge defensive blunder here in the fourth.
And with that breeze blowing just enough left to right to maybe mess with Hernandez. Well, this was a gift, but the Braves will certainly take it.
Maybe tip the glove a little bit, the strings.
He wasn't even looking at the ball.
Yeah. He was not comfortable at all going in that corner.
See how his head kind of went down. Bold strategy.
Challenge yourself. See how good you really are.
Usually never want guys to do this too much, but in a 2-1 count right here, a guy throwing 100, he's throwing you 3 fastballs. I'd like to see Ronald get started a little quicker here. Try to time one of these up. You know it's coming.
All 3 pitches have been exactly 100 miles per hour.
Of course he does that.
And then he throws a slider at 84.
Call the strike, batter's challenging.
You get thrown off here because Fiducia did not catch his ball cleanly.
And it looked like it caught the outside corner.
The strike, Atlanta's got 1 left.
And it did. And a strikeout. Back to the gas to get Acuna, 2 away.
I would think you might see. I don't know what Dave Roberts will do here. Do you intentionally walk Olson?
It's a great fastball hitter, but Dubon has shown us that he can handle high velocity, and he's done it all year. He's made the adjustments, and we talk about this all season. 2 strikes, sometimes he'll go to no strike, but if the guy's throwing really hard, he might do it from the very first pitch of the at bat.
They're going to throw to him. Well, the final yesterday was 4-3 Atlanta. It's 4-3 now in game 2, but we're only in the 4th inning. Olson, sharp liner to right, down to grab it, Tucker. Saving any more damage, but the Braves grab the lead with 3 in the 4th. You are locked into Braves Vision, powered by Southern Company. Dodgers and the Braves, two of the best in the game, squaring off here. And the Braves with 3 runs there in the 4th inning, taking a 4-3 lead.
I don't think it can be overstated right now. This is a huge inning for A.J. Smith-Shawver. There's already action in the Atlanta Braves bullpen, and what he wants to prove right now, this part in the order, that he can pick up that command a little bit and get the Braves through this 5th inning and keep it a 4-3.
And get in line for a win, right? You get through here and it's been, I think, right middle finger blister.
Yeah, that's what they're saying for Sasaki.
In the body language, he looked like he was like really upset, like it was significant. I get nobody wants to come out of the game, but he'll be okay.
Well, let's see if Smith-Shawver can bear down here. It's Betts, it's Muncy, it's Edman, who has a double and a homer off of him. Those are the next 3.
Take it for what it's worth. 21 minutes there in between pitches for AJ.
But he's going to start the 5th with a routine fly out to center off the bat of Betts. And we are going to provide you with a quick message from Delta.
From Braves country to the world. Delta, official airline of the Atlanta Braves.
High atop Truist Park on this pleasant Wednesday evening, 82 degrees.
Got a great view of Yaz there running back because he went and helped somebody down the left field line who had lost something.
Everybody's back and ready to go. And the longest tenured Dodger, Max Muncy, in his 9th season with the team, is at the plate. Clayton Kershaw was the longest tenured, 18 years, but now yesterday made his broadcast debut, so new things for Kershaw, and Muncy's the leader in the clubhouse.
And they booted him after the loss yesterday. Orel Hershiser back at his regular post.
Just one. Didn't want to tax him early.
Smart.
It's on the French schedule.
Gotta pace yourself, Clayton.
That's right.
He's got 5 kids.
Yeah, so he's probably wants, and he made a few dollars playing. I think he can just pick his spots. Right at Dubon. Retiring Muncy, 2 away. You mentioned the action in the pen. Dodd is throwing, but so far Smith-Shawver 2 up and 2 down, and now the guy who has bugged him today, Tommy Edman.
Think about the first 4 innings. 2 out walk, 2 out walk, 2 out homer, 2 out walk for AJ. 2 outs, nobody on right now. Again, this is where the concentration actually has to come up. Sometimes as a younger pitcher, it can come down.
Calls the ball, catcher's challenging.
Bit of a risk here with only 1 left, but Sean Murphy's going for it. T-Mobile ABS challenge. It is a strike.
Good call, Sean. He's on a heater.
Had it the whole way.
So Walt might have turned and said that was
There was a little bit of a risk with that one, but
Dodgers were out after the 6th yesterday, or in start of the 7th.
All right, so you want to end it right here, right? Taking to that approach with a 2-2 count. You don't want to go 3-2. The command at times has gotten away from AJ. You'd love to see this at bat and this inning end on this pitch.
Little up, full count. Next pitch will be the 90th of the ball game for the young right-hander. Called strike.
Call the strike, the batter's challenging. Houston.
I think that clipped the top of the zone.
It nipped it. I think we're in the clear.
I think we got some Wednesday night frozen pizza on our hands. Oh, yeah.
It's a strike. LA's got one left.
Slice it up and serve it out.
Sweep the leg.
Whoa, just by the hair of his chinny chin chin. A.J. Smith-Shawver has that shutdown inning he was looking for.
Well, Braves fans, make plans to be at Truist Park on September 9th for the Barbie Game Day ticket package. With the purchase of the specialty ticket package, you will receive a game ticket and an Atlanta Braves and Barbie Game Day windbreaker. Visit Braves.com/Barbie. Purchase your ticket package today. Guys, I know this is Barbie, but I feel like Zach Morris in Saved by the Bell.
And you could ski in that, couldn't you, Wiley?
Yeah, I mean, the 90s were 80s and 90s prime ski movies.
That's what I'm saying, yeah.
Yep.
Congratulations. It's now a sellout after everybody has seen that, Wiley.
Yeah, it's funny. I've actually described myself as the Ken of Braves Country Barbie version.
You're not far off.
Yeah.
You're right there.
Some people said it was Frenchie. I said, no.
No, I'm with you. It's you.
It's me.
The full moon.
I can't pull that jacket like that.
Full moon. We got Wiley and a Barbie windbreaker. What else could happen tonight? Eric Lauer's going to pitch for the 21st time this season. He enters in the bottom of the 5th.
Sack flies all around.
23 home runs allowed in his 103 innings. Mentioned the 21st game of the night. 17 of those as a starter. He has been in the rotation first with the Blue Jays and now here with the Dodgers. But as everyone starts to get healthy and it gets crowded, he gets pushed to the bullpen.
Yeah, with Glass now returning, saw him start last night. More bullpen work for Lauer. And Dubon at the plate is our Georgian natural gas Greener Life impact player, thinking about the month of August and what he has done up to this point on August 26th.
Well, it's been a slow month offensively, but for Mauricio Dubon, it is not, with that .318 batting average. How about the strikeout rate? I mean, we knew coming in he was a guy that does not strike out a lot, but just over 4% when you consider league average is 22. Very impressive.
And before the game, he was honored with the Braves Heart and Hustle Award ceremony on the field, and certainly this guy deserves it. He provides a lot on the field, as we have seen. He also provides a lot off the field in that clubhouse.
Did you vote for him, Frenchie?
Absolutely.
Same.
Off the bag. It pops in the air, and he will reach. Muncy sticks it in his pocket.
Well, two ways to look at it, right? Is it a break or was it bad luck? Because if it doesn't hit the bag, does this ball get down the line?
I think so. I think that ball was hit hard enough. But I think that ball's a for sure double. Let's take a look. Yeah, Muncy ain't getting to that. Look at that.
That's some bad luck right there.
But it is a single. A couple more hits for Dubon tonight. He also had that stolen base back in the first. Harris lays down a bunt. She's a beauty. He's out by a half a step.
See what the Braves challenge is. This was a pretty nice play. I thought Max Muncy maybe was not going to throw this baseball with Michael running. Looked like a good bunt, but apparently he got him.
It's a really nice bunt. See how it kind of deadens it, puts it right on the line, but hit it just maybe a tad too hard as far as getting a base hit on that.
I do like that you saw Michael stay in there to make sure he got that bunt down and then took off. Right, sometimes guys will leak a little bit and then they don't get a good bunt down, so it works out well as a sacrifice. Not a fly, but a sacrifice nonetheless.
Hey, Lane Thomas has grabbed a bat. He's in the on-deck circle, so he'll hit for Yastrzemski.
These are the important innings here. Just to you can tack this one more on here.
Ozzie to left field. Hernandez over to make the catch for the second out. Here's a quick message from Truist.
Leaders in banking, unwavering in care. Truist. Learn how knowledge and care can work for you.
Same story last night as they went to the bullpen, had a lefty in there. Lane Thomas replaced Yastrzemski, and that's what happens here as Mark Pryor strolls to the mound. You know, thinking about where we are in the month of August, guys, I mentioned it, but including tonight, you got 30 games left, 15 at home, 15 on the road. Almost through the dog days of August here, you can really start to see the finish line.
Gets here quickly, doesn't it?
It does, and it's funny how the schedule hits, because after tomorrow, you've got a nice little 6-game window where you feel like you can do some damage. Then you have a 13-game stretch that strap your boots on for, and then you kind of have a 9-day stretch at the end again where you like the schedule. So
yeah, I think
again, everything for the Braves is right in front of them.
Yeah, if you take 2 or 3 from the Dodgers here, and then you got the Rockies coming to take care of business there, you're back in a pretty good spot.
Yeah.
By the way, Lane Thomas 4 for 8 against Eric Lauer in his career with a double and a triple. 4 walks in there too.
Swinging at the first pitch, fouling it back. But of course, 7 with the Phillies. That ultimately could be what makes or breaks thing more for the Phillies.
Yeah.
Because the Braves certainly are in the driver's seat, up 4.5 games after the Phillies have dropped the first 2 out west to Seattle.
You'd very much like to add a couple before you get up to Philadelphia if you can.
Yeah, because that's a 4-game series, and then the Phillies back here for 3. And that guy is at the wrong ballpark.
Doing a little scouting before the Phillies come in town.
He's going to call Don Mattingly, let him know what he sees. On the carpet to short, and that'll do it. Runner stranded, still 4-3 after 5. Pitzel Building, Midtown Atlanta, all lit up here on this Wednesday night. Time for our Liberty Mutual Insurance field coverage. Talking about the best home record in baseball. It's the Brewers and then the Braves at 43-23.
I love the idea that we got a few more here on this homestand. It is nice to be home, especially after it wasn't a long trip, but it was just kind of a rough trip with all the day games, and you end up playing in 4 different cities. And there's something special about playing in this ballpark, and the guys.
Look at the fish tank, boys.
Yeah, Marlins are fighting down there.
14 over at South Beach.
Braves will finish the year down there.
I think the Rays are happy to be back in the Trop.
Yes.
They were 3rd on that list.
Lane Thomas in left and now Dodd. So Smith-Shawver goes 5, and his best inning may have been that 5th inning.
He did a nice job finishing things off after some of the 2-out trouble that he was having through the first 4. And for Dylan Dodd, he's allowed just 2 runs over his last 11 outings.
Dodgers, by the way, you saw their home record on their 40-26. That is the exact same record they have away from Dodger Stadium this year. They are also 40-26 on the road. So you got the Brewers with 81 wins overall, Dodgers 80, and then the Braves chasing them with 77. Tucker sending Acuna backpedaling. Other thing, too, guys, getting back to the Phillies is that, I mentioned they're in Seattle. They've lost the first 2. They go from there to Anaheim for 3 and then Arizona. So this is a tough 9 games for the Phillies leading into that Braves series.
A lot of travel, right? We talked about how early the Atlanta Braves kind of finished up their West Coast travel this year. Kind of nice to get that behind you, but a pretty good lead early on for the Phillies.
Well, that actually went final. That was the afternoon game. So they did take one of those 3 out there.
I think what they went 6-0.
Yes.
I think they scored all 6 runs in the first, or at least 5 of the 6.
So right now a 4-game lead after that Phillies game has gone final.
But as you said, they got to go to Anaheim, and then after that you go to Arizona. The first 2 innings they scored their 6 runs off Wu.
Which is surprising because he's been really good at home. Wu has struggled on the road.
A couple of flyouts here for Dodd to get Tucker and Thomas, and now here's Teoscar Hernandez. Schwarber also hit number 40 today, so he's the first to have 40 round trippers in baseball this season. Two-out hit here for Teoscar Hernandez.
Talk a lot about Dylan Dodd, how good he has been against both lefties and righties, and you start breaking it down by pitch, and it really hasn't mattered. 175 on his 2-seam fastball, but it's not your traditional, right? It's not going to run. It's to throw that pitch at the top of the zone or outside corner, like that one there that's up. It'll show up as a sinker, but really not that traditional move. And his cutter has been really good against the lefties, just 118 on that pitch.
Let's see what he brings after those 2 two-seamers to get to 0-2.
Going big cutter here. Make it a little bit bigger and get it off the plate.
It was off the plate. It was the cutter.
Come back with it again, actually, but just a little closer to the plate.
All right, just for argument's sake, I'm going to go fastball up. But I'm going to lose. I can tell by the way Murph's setting up already. No!
Two-seamer to left center.
Trying to trick us up here.
2-out single, no damage. Hey, congrats to Nota Begay III. He was honored with the PGA Tour's Payne Stewart Award presented by Southern Company last night at a ceremony at East Lake Golf Club. Award is a recognition of Begay's character, sportsmanship, his commitment to charitable giving. And big thanks to Southern Company, proud partner of the Tour Championship, which starts tomorrow from East Lake Golf Club. And now Jeff Francoeur with this promo.
Austin Riley fans, this one is for you. The first 15,000 fans through the gates on September 22nd will receive an Austin Riley short sleeve hoodie giveaway presented by Xfinity. Visit braves.com/promos to purchase your tickets.
Co-sponsored by Bill Belichick, yeah.
Funny enough, real quick, Nota Begay, he's coming on our Pure Athlete podcast on Friday.
Oh, is he?
He did. Just got that huge award, man.
He played with Tiger at Stanford.
Yep.
Won 4 events of the PGA Tour. Now is an analyst with NBC and the Golf Channel. But congrats to Nota Begay. Riley, Murphy, Baldwin due here in the home half of the 6th. What are you seeing this year? We talked about it earlier, Frenchie, from Austin Riley. He's had a couple of great weeks and then kind of dips back down in production.
Just look at the 2 pitches there. One way in, change up way. You just get in swing mode, man. You're trying to make something happen.
And this is the kind of guy that can get you big, right?
Look at that ball right there. Yeah. I mean, that ball was a foot in, and you don't ever. I mean, when Austin's right, that's not a pitch you even think about going after. So that's what I'm saying. I mean, as a pitcher, CJ, you can say right now, he's in swing mode, and I'm saying I don't have to throw anything close here.
Well, I think too with Lauer, right? He's not going to overpower you with his stuff, and so maybe your eyes start to light up, and then you start over swinging and trying to make up for some of the power outage this year in one swing. Of course, which you can't do.
Lays off the changeup. 2-2. Coming in Thomas, also Hernandez. It'll be the center fielder that takes it. Quick message from Zaxby's.
Nothing but sauce. Who's got the sauce?
Zaxby's.
Now Sean Murphy, that double in the 4th had to feel great for Murph, who had so many issues with injuries here over the last couple of seasons, but trying to stay healthy the rest of the way and give the Braves a little boost from that catcher's position. This ball is hit high and deep to left center. And it is gone! A match for Murph!
Tell you what, guys, how many times do you see kind of the humble approach where you shoot a ball the other way, just like you did, get a big double, you get feeling a little sexy about yourself, and you finally clobber a pitch that you can handle. And talking about the tack-on run, there's one.
And you talk about this, right? The idea of thinking to right center, but at the same time, you might pull something that you kind of get over the plate. That was a little cutter you're getting from a lefty to a righty. And for Sean Murphy, finally on the board here, a little bit later than we anticipated, but he gets his first home run of the season as you're going to take a look at that cutter sitting in the middle of the plate.
Maybe out front a little bit, right? But because of how strong he is, because of the approach, gets rewarded.
Well, because of those injuries for Murphy tonight, this can be overlooked. It's only the 14th game that he has played this season. CJ mentioned first homer, just the 2nd RBI. But these are a couple of really good swings that he's had. That double in the 4th, now the homer here in the 6th.
And it seems like, according to Walt, Mark Bowman talking about it today, he's going to get more consistent playing time where Drake can DH, try to keep him a little bit fresher. I think you were also talking about earlier as well. And that is a big deal because for Sean Murphy, trying to get back on track and not getting consistent playing time is nearly impossible. And so knowing that he's going to get more of that now, maybe we see some of that offensive production that we remember not that long ago.
And from a defensive perspective, right? And you've talked about this, CJ, tons. Like, it's not a slap to Drake Baldwin, but Sean Murphy is a better defensive catcher.
He's got gold all over the place,
yeah,
right? That's a big part of it.
And, you know, pitchers have done a great job. You're not running Blake Snell, Tarek Skubal, and those guys out there. So to have a guy like that that can work through some things with some of these younger pitchers or more inexperienced pitchers, not a bad guy to have behind there. You don't have to crush, right? Just change the scoreboard every once in a while.
Well, that's it, right? Get some of that slug for Murph, and you'll feel pretty good about him going forward.
4 looks of the homer. Zaxby's Who's Got the Sauce?
That is.
Yeah, that's where you want one.
You couldn't put a dot more center right there in the strike zone for Sean Murphy. Now, I'll tell you what, too. So when he hit it, he was pretty confident he got it. But then he was going around first. He's like, well, wait a minute.
Well, it only went the first row, and Alec Thomas really started to kind of run hard and run it down.
I don't know, man. I feel like there was been a lot of hard hit balls here over the last week or so that haven't carried the way that we saw earlier in the year. I'm not throwing any baseball conspiracies out or anything like that, but I just feel like there's been a couple that I think even for Murph, like he thought that was probably 8 rows deep.
Yeah, I mean, you think about it, it's gone from 96 to 91, so it's cooling down quick.
You do have that wind kind of blowing slightly in from left.
It's kind of a reach.
There's a light breeze. Just as I say
Another
that,
5 degrees, we're going to need Brandon in a pullover up here.
Well, just get the Barbie jacket from Wiley.
Just send it up, Wiley. Look at that. That flag is just blowing in that breeze out there in right center.
That flag half staff today for Dolly Parton.
Yep.
Nice
Yes.
gesture from the ball club.
Yeah.
Yeah, social media yesterday, everybody reflecting on the passing of Dolly Parton and her legacy.
Just waiting for my kids to tell me, oh, we got to go back up to Dollywood, Dad, pay our respects. Yeah.
So he fouls that one off. Actually, pretty good looking swing there from Ronald. The thing I miss seeing with him, when the swing is right and he catches one out front, it's just an absolute thing of beauty.
It's gone. It's
that
a
you
missile
get from
somewhere.
Ronald. I know it, man. I just miss seeing that with consistency. We know he misses it as well. And
as confident as you can be in the back of your mind, and that's what we talk about with Riley, right? When you know you're struggling to get to the heater, man, it's tough to overcome that sometimes.
Lauer 2-2. Well, that's the pitch. He lays off it there. Full count.
And you feel like this is a guy who should not be able to beat Ronald with his fastball. So he can be a little bit more, confident, not having to try to get it started early so you can react accordingly.
But when he's going right,
that ball
that's
right there is
hammered.
I mean, that's 91 center cut on a 3-2 count.
You can tell the way he's walking around.
Yeah,
He's thinking the same thing. Wondering, how did I miss that?
And see, if you look, to me, it's just a little long, right? You see that coming around instead of that whip through the zone.
And then he misses that one.
And he chases, right? Like you're trying to do too much.
That's a cutter. It's elevated, and to your point, Frenchie, outside of the strike
zone. It's not a pitch you're going to do anything with.
Frustrated Ronald Acuna Jr. trying to find himself again. He's 0 for 4 tonight. Olson a homer back in the first inning.
And as good as Matt's gone, 30+ doubles, the 37 home runs, the lack of offense at times should tell you when you look at the RBIs and only see 78. When you have over, what, just under 70 extra base hits, usually that number is about 100.
Yep, should be a lot higher.
And he is indeed one extra base hit from 70. This one a little uncomfortable coming up and in.
So Lauer really is a rarity in today's game where he is just right in the middle of the pitching rubber. He is not trying to create angles by either going to the far third base side or the far first base side. He's just pretty much just dead central, so it doesn't necessarily create a lot of deception against lefties.
And he walks Matt Olson. So a pair of walks, a long 6th inning for Eric Lauer.
It's the 6th inning already?
It is. We're at 2 hours and 4 minutes of the game time so far. So Dubon hitting cleanup again tonight. 4th time this year, 2nd night in a row. He's got a couple of hits and a stolen base. And worth reminding folks too, remember if the Braves would win tonight, they would go ahead and wrap up the season series victory over the Dodgers, already having won 3 of 4 with just the one more game coming tomorrow. Saw a lighthearted moment over there between Matt Olson and Freddie Freeman. A lot of talk amongst Braves country when Matt Olson replaced him, but ultimately there is a ton of respect between those two guys.
I think that's one that you can kind of talk into the ground or go round and round having the conversation. At the end of the day, it's 2 good players. The Braves are thrilled. Matt Olson has been absolutely fantastic here. Younger, right? So you got a few more years as well. And
no, I mean, the last 5 years, 2 best first basemen in baseball.
Yeah, there's nothing significant that, you know, for those that pick a side, especially they're kind of the older school Freddie fans, there's not a lot to stand out there for me. It's there's other things that are probably worth talking about a little bit more, but they've both gotten it done. 2 great players.
Yeah, support both, but I think we've talked about it before, guys, with Olson. Just what impresses me is how he transitioned into that role, because those were huge shoes to fill. He knew that. He didn't make bones about it, but he just stepped in and produced.
Yeah.
It's hard to do. They're still trying to figure out, and maybe they finally have it figured out in New York, who's going to play shortstop. All right, and it's like you can't play that position in New York without Derek Jeter's name coming up, and he retired what, 10 years ago?
Got a pretty good one right now.
Yeah.
I mean, he's not going to be. Let's not say he's Derek Jeter, but
I think they, maybe that conversation finally ends. But that's kind of the point, right? Is you have a great one, the fans love him. Next guy comes in to quote unquote replace him, and the comparison is always there. But that one's over for me here at first base.
Yep. Matt has made a name for himself and then some.
Good at bat by Bond working this back. Now you get a little head start with the runners. Maybe a gap one here and score the big fella from first.
I'd love to open it up even more. Let Matty showcase those wheels.
After that belly flop double last night.
That slide was, well, it wasn't a thing of beauty at second base. Payoff pitch. Here's the belly flop.
Yeah, here we go. This is where speed just kills.
This looked like Frenchie in high school. All those tackles he had as a Georgia high school Hall of Famer.
But you got to keep your head up there. You see how he went down with the head. Matt never played football. He was just a baseball player.
And we'll do it again.
So what was it, 13 pitches for Doobie when he had that big hit?
Yes, 13.
Let's see.
It's at 8 right now. Or 9. Next one will be 10. Now another pitch will be thrown. And for Lauer, he's thrown 47 pitches out of the bullpen. He's only gotten 5 outs.
Working quick, too.
That's 35 this inning, on top of the 12 he threw last inning out of the pen. '11th pitch to Dubon.
So I'm looking at it now. That was on June 12th. Went 14 pitches when he had that base hit. Now I could only track. 14? Yeah, when I could only track to 2,000 as far as what I got right in front of me. But that is the most by an Atlanta Brave. Most pitches that have ended in a hit. Could be another T-shirt coming.
I was going to say sack flies, man. Making history here this week. Oh,
is anybody going to get to that?
Nope.
No, indeed. Q staying alive.
Where we're at. So this is 13 coming up.
Yep.
Of course, we need to hit too. That's a big part of it.
We need one more foul ball, though. Boys are getting their conditioning out on the base pass, too.
Yeah.
Starts to get a little slower when you take off.
Baldwin and Olsen will start those wheels again. Pitch number 13.
Oh.
There we go.
All right. Well, I mean, you might as well just go for the record. And we're talking about a hit. The record without getting a hit, just most pitches in a plate appearance since 2000 is 16.
Yeah, but no, we want it with a hit.
Listen, we want the hit. I'm with you on that.
So this would tie it if he gets a knock here.
Correct.
All right, one more foul ball and then a double.
He has fouled off 9 pitches, guys. This one in play, but it is not going to produce a hit. 14-pitch marathon. But Murphy did add on with a solo shot, a moonshot with a full moon tonight over the left center field wall. It is 5-3 Atlanta. Braves baseball is presented by Truist. 5-3 Braves on to the 7th. And on to the lefty, Dylan Lee, who has been good in his career against the Los Angeles Dodgers. That is our Car Shield Defend the Mound feature tonight.
Pretty special. 10 punch outs to just 1 walk over his 11 2/3 for Dylan Lee. And the thing that really has come along with him, we know how good the slider has been, picking the spots on the changeup. But even when I first got here just a couple of years ago, it seemed like the fastball wasn't respected as much as it should be. It is a high vert fastball with good velocity, and he knows when to break it out.
Ohtani, it's fair. Right down the line. Oh, I thought he is going to go for it. Boy, Acuna took his foot off the gas and didn't throw it, and Ohtani saw him drop his arm, and then he ran to second. He was going to stop.
He was, and Ronald's just got to throw this ball right away.
Yeah.
He will do this once in a while, and it's never hurt him before, but it does right here.
Well, it kicked off so fast, right? So Ohtani slammed on the brakes. And when he pumped right there, he was trying to tell him. And then by the time you looked, Ohtani again, so fast. It's one of those right there. Just get in and keep him at first.
And now a liner to left. Now, Ohtani had to stop and wait to see if that would drop. So runners at the corners, and Freeman is 2 for 4 tonight.
And not that it matters, but I guess you really can't give Ronald an error on that.
No.
It's going to go down as a double, even though Shohei Ohtani was going to stop it. The throw had come in on time.
And just like that, the tying run at first base, nobody out. Mookie Betts to the plate.
And so here's another look. We can take a look. It's a double, right? But then that ball comes out hard. And we've seen Ronald right here, right? Try to do it. And he wanted Olsen to go to first. But by the time you point like that, like I said, Ohtani was already halfway. Just not going to be able to get him. It's one of those ones you learn all the time, like just get the ball back in the infield. And like you said, he's kind of toyed with guys and deked it at times. But that's one where once he stops, you're too far out in the outfield to almost toy with him at that point.
And even if he did throw behind, Ohtani's probably taking off for a second anyway, right? Ronald was looking like if Matt Olson's at the bag.
Well, if he slams on the brakes and starts to come back, that's when you throw behind. But he just stopped. So he was not committing back to first. Now here it's all about damage control. And that tack on run.
Braves certainly willing to concede that run. It's going to score right here. And Freeman's going to head to third. So it's 5-4, throw to first, but Betts is going to dive back in safely. So the top of the order, which has been pretty quiet in this series, all things considered, but Ohtani, Freeman, and Betts back-to-back-to-back hits.
And this is that four-seam fastball, but down. What we have seen with Dylan Lee's heater up in the zone because of the high induced vertical break, well above average for him, is where it is played best.
3 hits on the last 6 pitches, and that will prompt a visit from Jeremy Hefner.
Say one thing, though, too, is you look for Dylan Lee, right? Because of how many close games the Braves have played, he has been heavy usage.
Yep, absolutely. And Walden's been very careful about it.
He has, and I know it's the lefty matchup here, but you're almost wondering at this point, you know, Fuentes did not pitch yesterday, did not pitch Monday. You know, could have been a perfect 2-inning type deal for him tonight.
Yep. And it still may be. We'll see ultimately what happens here. You got the lefty switch hitter and then 2 lefties.
Might pay to get 6 outs now.
Bit of a seesaw battle tonight between the Braves and the Dodgers. Well, Dylan Lee will try to do his best Raisel Iglesias impersonation. Iggy found his way out of a jam in the 9th yesterday in a 1-run game. Here it's a 1-run game in the 7th with a tying run at 3rd and nobody out.
And with nobody out right now, at least up the middle, the Braves are conceding that run to try to get 2. It's one thing if you have 1 out, then you can bring the infield in. But with nobody out, you just don't want to give up that kind of real estate and let a ground ball get through.
Muncy, the 26 homers, the 67 RBI this year. He's trying to add to that total. A couple of pitches well in, and now the count at 3-1.
And some of this can be about being preoccupied with Mookie, right? They put their 1st and 3rd defense on where the throw is going to go. You're working hard to try to keep Mookie Betts over at first, but you also, of course, have to be able to do both things, which is execute a pitch while you're trying to be quick and mixing up your looks over at first.
Missed again inside. Bases loaded. Edman coming to the plate. And it's going to be Didier Fuentes, who is going to inherit a tough spot here with the Braves nursing a 5-4 lead in the top of the 7th. Braves baseball is brought to you by Georgia Natural Gas. Simple savings right here. Visit GNG.com. Buy rooms to go. Don't miss the Labor Day sale going on now. And by Delta Airlines. Keep climbing. A Dodger at every base. Freddie Freeman representing the tying run. Still nobody out here, and Didier Fuentes on to face Tommy Edman.
You mentioned it. This is a tough situation. No getting around it. He has been very good with his inherited runners. You see it there. 6 of the 29 that have scored, 21%. League average is about 32%. But this is a tight spot.
First pitch in there. It's a slider. A double, a homer, and a strikeout tonight for the second baseman, Tommy Edman.
Well, Iglesias went Houdini last night, right? See if we can do it again.
So you're trying to find a way to get the strikeout or get that pop-up that doesn't score the run here. And then you have the double play potentially with a guy like Kyle
Tucker. You'd love it, but I think you tell yourself, man, if we get out of this at 5-5, it's not worst case either.
Got to stay away from the big inning.
Well, after getting that first pitch to land in there, 3 straight balls, 1 more, and this game is tied. That's in there, full count. Edman digging his heels in. Payoff pitch. It misses. And the tying run is walked home here in the 7th. And the baton passes to Kyle Tucker. Fouls that away, so Fuentes gets ahead of him. No balls, 2 strikes.
Frenchie, when I see him struggling the way that he is, I can't help but think we do a nice tight shot on him and where he is mentally.
Yeah.
Right. Think about it, you got the great track record, but you've been struggling. Can you talk yourself into kind of getting where you need to be? But he seems to have a hard time doing that.
Fouls another one away.
There's one thing, you know, I guess on the road he could build. He hadn't been awful outside away from Dodger Stadium, but you can see right here too the way they're pitching him. I mean, they're throwing fastballs. They're not letting him speed his bat up right now.
All-star each of the last 4 years, but it's been different this year. He does send this to left. Thomas coming on, and they will not challenge his arm. So there's out number 1.
Had that gotten down, you'd have been frustrated that he threw a slider there that he could get to in an 0-2 count. He caught a break with a low liner to prevent a run from scoring.
It's right here where a good located fastball would be good. Young, you know, this guy's going to want to swing early here.
Alec Thomas is 0 for 3. Right at second. Oh! And Fuentes gets the double play he was looking for. And it keeps the game tied at 5. The stretch is fueled by Georgia Natural Gas. Laura, Nick, and Pete take it away right after this.
Welcome to the stretch, fueled by Georgia Natural Gas. Service, savings, sustainability. It's that simple.
Another close game here at Truist Park as we welcome you into the stretch. This fueled by Georgia Natural Gas. Laura Britt alongside Nick Green and Peter Moylan, and the power returning to the lineup tonight for the Braves. Good to see.
It is good to see. It's good to see Matt Olson, too. He had a really rough road trip, 4 hits on the 7-game road trip. He bounced back yesterday with a couple of hits. I love the at-bat against Tyler Glasnow yesterday with the curveball down in the zone. Nobody really hits that curveball. Matt does a good job of staying on it, gets a base hit the other way. It has a kind of a flop into second base, Peter, for the double. I'm okay with that as long as you hit a double. And I'm really okay with this. Matty Olson, his 37th home run of the year off Sasaki in the first inning. I love what Sean Murphy did today as well.
This set up the next at bat with a double into the right field gap. Outstanding swing by him, and then a middle cutter. That had to feel as good as any swing Murph's taken this year. He's starting to swing the bat pretty well. Last, he got a walk yesterday, base hit in the game against Milwaukee, and now 2 today. Watch out if Murph's catching and hitting. We're going good.
Yeah, those are the 2 solo home runs for the Braves tonight. Matt Olson, 37 home runs, as you mentioned. That is second most in all of the majors. We're going to get you back to Braves baseball after a quick word from our friends at Georgia Natural Gas.
When it comes to natural gas in Georgia, G&G leads the league. We keep it simple with great rates that save you money. We even make it easy to reduce your carbon footprint with greener life. Sign up in minutes at gng.com. It's that simple.
How huge was that double play? Full moon, how eerie does that look?
That means some runs are coming for the boys.
Didier Fuentes able to get out of that without any more runs across. Now Evan Phillips is going to take over on the mound for the Dodgers.
You saw him in last night's ball game, and a guy who's battled a lot of injuries over the years, but when healthy like he is now, it's a big arm. It's a good job there. You see a little bit of that higher ERA from him, but strikeouts, and that fastball will sit at 97 miles an hour to go along with the sweeper, cutter, and two-seamer.
Old Spice fresh stats, 9-game hitting streak. Those are the numbers for Harris during those 9 games.
Need one here to keep it going.
Yeah, he's laid down a bunt, walked, and grounded out tonight.
We mentioned how big that was, but what a decision there from Ozzie, right? You bring the infield in with the idea of cutting the runoff, and you don't have hardly any time at all to make the decision. That's why you start thinking about those things ahead of time. If it's really hard right at me, we're going to try to turn it, and Mauricio Dubon needs to be ready for it as well over at short. He went right away. He knew it.
Yeah,
also
he was to the bag. That's exactly what you wanted. You knew you had plenty of time. What a huge double play.
This ball's hit pretty well. Deep to left center field. Reaching up at the wall. The catch is made by Teoscar Hernandez.
Tell you what, I thought we hit it at the right guy there. We saw what happened in the left field corner the first time. And man, Michael gave this a ride, 102 off the bat. Unfortunately, just not quite enough. You know, with it being cooler and all.
It's dropping quick.
And it's been an issue for Evan Phillips. He has given up 4 home runs in his 15 2/3.
But help from his left fielder. Well, Ozzie had the difference maker yesterday. Maybe he can go chop house here tonight in the 7th.
Sounds good.
It won't be chop house, but it will be a single to right field towards the chop house.
Ozzie's had a nice little series.
He sure has. He's playing some good baseball right now, coming up big in big spots. Good defense, as we just saw.
It's good balance. You'll see Ozzie a lot of times when he gets out of whack, he's all over the place. His feet are moving. Right now that foot's going up, it's coming down nice and soft, and he's hitting behind the ball.
So Lane Thomas just turned 31 on Sunday when the team was in Williamsport. Takes a strike 0-1. Bouncer to the right side going over Edman. And they're only going to get 1. Thomas beats it out.
Seventh inning tie game for Wald. He's going to have one opportunity when he wants to kind of play the Dom Smith card, right? The one lefty that you have on the bench, not here for Thomas as he does do a job making sure this isn't a double play. Now, if and when that happens, depending on who it might be, you always have Brewer Hicklin, who is here now, can go into the outfield if you need him.
Thought they might have used him right there.
I think if Ozzy's in scoring position, it feels like it'd be a no-brainer.
Riley drove in his 61st run of the season on that sac fly back in the 4th.
I guess the other part of that, right, is that that Dom is very likely not going to hit for any of the first 6 guys in the lineup.
No, you're waiting for that to come up again, maybe in the 9th inning, if that's what you're thinking. But
Braves scored first, then the Dodgers the next 3, the Braves the next 4 to go up 5-3, and now the Dodgers the 2 in the top of the 7th, and we are all even.
This outfield right now is playing about as straight up as you could possibly play. You don't see it too often. A lot of times they're going to shade Austin Riley to right center field because we know he can plug that gap.
They're not reading their cards.
Yeah.
Lane Thomas goes. And the Braves with 3 stolen bases tonight.
Well, and I like that move, especially with 2 strikes right there. Now you give yourself a chance, a bleed or anything right here, and you're going to score them.
Pick the right pitch to do it on as well, on that sweeper that was off the plate.
Two outs and a 2-2 count. And now a full count. And Murphy on deck. Murph's had a big game with a double and a homer. Now Riley went going outside the zone after that sweeper. He strikes out to end the 7th. The 8th. Let's wind it back to the 7th. Our All-State Good Hands replay. So yes, he comes in and has the walk, but then he gets this fly ball off the bat of Tucker, and then that big double play off the bat of Thomas.
Can change so quick, guys. This is 2 pitches. First pitch, Alec Thomas right here looking for something. Quick thinking by Ozzy and Dubon, and really kept this game from getting where you felt like the Dodgers were about to take all the momentum. Now you're locked in 5-5 in the 8th, and another night of these two teams playing good ball game.
Yeah, what you expected, right? You wanted the Braves to come in and show that they could be competitive, and no reason to believe that they couldn't against the Dodgers. I think, you know, momentum, right? You're up 5-3. You're feeling pretty good about it. This bullpen has been great, but you spring a little bit of a leak, but you're still in it.
And maybe an October preview, and yesterday was a nail biter, and more of the same here in game 2. Hernandez down to the count, 1-2. Reaches for it, taps it to third, and Riley's not going to be able to do anything with it.
It's the greatest hit in baseball. You can't defend that.
It's a great pitch too. The
Oh,
slider is where you wanted to go, and nothing you can do about it.
This one is a hitter every time. You tell yourself, just don't fall. As long as you stay on your feet, you're safe.
They have not been afraid to lay down a few bunts this year, even though this offense, at least at the top, runs deep. Now you have Fiducia, who swung the bat well. But 12 sacks for this team on the season.
He does square. First you got Ohtani, and Freeman and Betts waiting next.
All right, that's the thing. You get them over and you make Walt choose. Probably put Ohtani on, and then you got Freeman and Betts behind them.
There's the bunt. Fuentes. Oh, he thought about it. He thought about it, but he takes the sure out.
Yeah. I'd say if he gets rid of that right away, I think he gets him at second.
You have to be 100% confident.
Yeah.
I'm with you. He looked like he had the time, but if you're not feeling it, get the out. Couldn't tell. Was there a little bobble at all when he went to field this, or at least on the exchange? Yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
His hand got stuck.
Nobody in the Braves pen, by the way. It's all about Fuentes right now.
Now, do you take some chances here? Right, there's a split that he cuts by accident. He didn't mean to do that. Take a couple of chances outside
Whatever
of the zone.
it is, I'm throwing one more, and if
Yeah.
you don't get it, then it might be a good time to put him on.
Big swing right down the chute.
Just blow the cheese right by him.
Heater down the middle.
And once again, 98 right in there.
It's like football here, big on big. Throw my best fastball right here.
Tony's got all the pads on. He's ready.
Now the young buck showing he's not scared of the superstar. 1-2 pitch. Another dose of gas. That one at 99.
That's a good one there, right above the strike zone. Tough to get to. Shohei Ohtani does a nice job of fouling it off.
Now do you go to the off speed here?
If he's confident that he can get that split to run, I like it because Ohtani will pull off.
Yeah.
But if it cuts, it's dangerous. And that changeup slash split that you get from Fuentes, still a work in progress. It has come along very nicely, and he has gotten good results against it. Just an 0.67 batting average on it.
To short. Dubon across for the out. That does move the runner to third.
All right, so we've talked a lot about Freddie. A couple of hits here tonight. Did get to the fastball against Dylan Lee.
Put him on right here.
But he's not been good against the heater. They're going to do it. I just feel like he wouldn't get to Fuentes' heater.
And I know what you're saying, but how many times in your career have you seen Freddie just choke up and punch that ball over, right?
Point, yeah.
I like this move by White. Look, if Betts gets him here, I can put my head on the pillow. But if Freddie's as good as anyone we've ever seen doing that little fillet job to left field.
And listen, Mookie has struggled against the four-seam fastball all season long against righties, hitting just 203 against it. So in the right spot, and I do think elevated to him as well.
He had an RBI hit last inning.
And I don't know if this is an indicator of bat speed for you, but he's hitting 310 with an OPS over 800 against righty sliders.
Yeah.
And now Fuentes has got a really good one.
Sign.
Yeah. But not getting to the fastball.
This is with the first two. If it goes beyond Betts, you got Max Muncy on deck. So they put on the active hits leader in Freddie Freeman with the intentional walk. Now facing Betts. Doesn't get much easier, and it's a 3-0 count. Four straight balls, bases loaded.
This will be a good time. Yeah, Jeremy Hefner come up. Just give him a breather right here. It's been a lot of action.
Yep. And again, nobody in the pen. It's Fuentes or bust. Well, he got out of a tougher bases loaded jam last inning in the 7th. He'll try to do it again here in the 8th. And with Muncy, yes, he doesn't have the name that Ohtani, Freeman, or Betts have, but he's had a great year.
And these are the moments that you talked about that, you know, he gets so overlooked because of the star power in that lineup. But these are the moments that see that 8 grand slams in his career.
And he's not an average guy, right? We don't look at him as a guy that hits for average, but in these spots he has.
So far, this 2-game series that will have game 3 tomorrow has just had big moment after big moment, and another one coming right here. You got a 21-year-old pitching to a guy who turned 36 yesterday in Max Muncy. Fouled away. 1 ball, 1 strike. Braves just now get Ray Kerr, the lefty, throwing. Two-1 here. He missed. Both teams do have 1 challenge remaining, but that was outside, and now 1 more ball, and the go-ahead run's going to come home. Three and 2.
Coming heater.
Got to have a strike.
Got to stand up for this, boys. They're up at Truist. We're up in the booth. Bases loaded. 2 outs. Tie game. 3-2 pitch. Fouled off. Just got a piece at 95.
Always can't be perfect, but if you can get one running away a little bit with a little elevation.
Yeah. If his split was in a better spot, you had the confidence to do it.
It's a great one, but
it's an aggressive pitch to make. But again, it's been a little bit too inconsistent. I don't like the slider coming into him.
Oh, 98.
I mean, he's telling him right now what's coming.
We have seen Didier Fuentes grow up right before our eyes this season in that Braves bullpen. A big spot there in the 7th, maybe an even bigger spot here in the 8th. Another payoff pitch. Line foul. The left field scoreboard shows the pitch type by pitch. It is just four-seam fastball, four-seam fastball,
Yeah.
Four-seam fastball.
I agree.
He threw that
you're
first
ever going to
split,
throw a split, man.
Ninth pitch of the at-bat. He got him with a splitter. Didier Fuentes in fuego.
Absolutely incredible. He did it. He broke out that split and made Max Muncy look foolish in a huge spot for Diddy.
Well, Didier Fuentes put more hair on his chest tonight. That was a couple of bases loaded jams he found his way out of. Tied at 5. Alpha Insurance best coverage. Think about if you're going to beat the best, you want to do it in the postseason, but you also want to do it in the regular season, and the Braves have done that this year.
Yeah, they certainly have hung in there. We saw the Phillies early. Could be a little bit of a different looking team by the time we see them again, but the Atlanta Braves absolutely have gotten it done against the best teams in baseball so far.
Just not play the Padres. I don't know what it is with the Padres.
Murphy coming into tonight, just one extra base hit this year, but
oh, there we go, boys.
This might stay fair.
Hit the bag.
It does. And Murphy is a triple away from the cycle. I don't know that he's going to get that. But what a night for Sean Murphy after such a rough start to this season.
Well, we say Teoscar Hernandez do it, boys. Murph said, I'll try to start the inning, too. And this one, I mean.
Muncy tried to make it look foul, didn't he?
Look at it right on the edge.
And Murphy knew right when he got on first base, he knew he was going to be taken out of the game. And there will be a pinch runner here.
Yeah. Sorry, Murph, can't get your triple.
Hicklin is over there at first base now. It's good to see Murph smiling over there. So Brock Stewart, by the way, the pitcher, gives up that single, and now he faces the top of this Braves lineup, and Drake Baldwin.
See a good strikeout rate there of nearly 29%. This guy knows how to get swing and miss. Fastball sits at 96. Does have the sweeper changeup and two-seamer. And cutter in there. This is 5 pitches deep for a right-handed reliever. Lots you got to deal with.
A lot of injuries in his history and 3 more IL stints this year, but you saw the numbers. when he has been healthy, he has been effective.
What do you think, bunt here, Frenchie?
We laugh, but I wouldn't be against it.
I'm against it.
Not squaring. They're going to lose their last challenge.
Catcher's challenging.
That was up.
The desperation right there from Fiducia on his face.
Yeah.
It's a ball. LA's out of challenges.
He did it right away. And milk was a bad choice.
So the Dodgers ran out of him last night in the 7th. They run out of him tonight in the 8th.
And it's big right now because there could be one of these moments right here where you wish you had one.
Drake Baldwin, line to right field. It's off the Coca-Cola side. Hicklin heads for third. Baldwin safe at second. Scorching at 105 off the bat.
You called it, CJ. He was ready, dead red, waited for that. Hicklin got deked right here on this ball.
I tell you what, Tucker did a good job, but at the end of the day, it ends up being some pretty good base running. Better that it hit the pad than the brick, unless, of course, it gets past Kyle Tucker, and zero hesitation on the throw. And Hicklin had to be careful, but after that, head down and get your butt to third, and he did.
Good news for him, he's got enough speed to make that up.
Infield in. If there was ever a time for Acuna to break out of his mini slump, it's right now. Oh for 4 tonight with a couple of strikeouts. This back and forth affair. The Braves have a chance to take the lead here in the 8th, just like they did last night. 1-1 pitch. That missed up.
See how his hands are dropping right there, even on those takes like that, right? Like right here. If I'm Ronald, I'm looking for that heater, and I'm thinking right center. All you need, we've joked all night, but all you need is a sac fly.
Goes after that sweeper.
And I think for Ronald, too, the emotion that comes along with the way that he plays the game and how badly he wants this, and just getting over anxious and chasing that pitch well out of the zone.
They got 97 up top.
And I would imagine that just set it up to come right back, possibly with that sweeper here.
That's what the pattern has been so far, right? Four-seamer sweeper.
Yep.
Four-seamer sweeper, and then a four-seamer there. Just hang it. Let him hit it in the bullpen.
I like that.
Challenge it. Yeah, that missed.
On strike, batter's challenging.
Ronald lost the earlier challenge. He's going to win this one.
It's a ball, 3-2.
And good for him, right? You lose one, and sometimes you can be a little bit reluctant.
I like that, though.
But he saw what he saw, and he made the tough call.
And a big point of this game, too. Those are the ones you want to use them.
Boy, this has an October feel. Payoff pitch. Sends it back. They got that sweeper again. Eighth pitch of the at bat. Weakly to the right side. The runners will stay put. And Freddie Freeman taps on first base for the first out.
That's what happens, CJ. You get those two sweepers like that, and then 96 bearing in on you. And here we all know what's going to happen. Olsen's going to get walked, and
As a four-seamer probably finished off the plate, but too close. You see it out of the hand, you're going to go for it. You don't want to take a called strike 3.
Well, and you know, Olson's going to get walked here, and you know, Walt told us in the dugout yesterday, Dubon's, when he's up there, I feel good. Feel like something good's going to happen. He puts the ball in play. Now you got him exactly where you want him.
What he has done so well is poke the ball through the right side a lot of times, but it's different here. Not just heaters that you got to contend with Stewart.
Dubon trying to give the Braves a lead here in the 8th. It just caught the inside corner.
Dubon has shown such a willingness, though, CJ, on that, either the heater or the slider, trying to just dump something into right field.
Ground ball off the glove right to second for a double play. Are you kidding me? Betts couldn't field it, but he knocked it right to Edman. Oh, what a heartbreaker. It looked like the Braves were going to grab the lead, and just like that, it's a 6-4-3 double play, and the game is tied. A tie game. You got Baldwin now catching, and the new pitcher for Atlanta is going to be Victor Medeiros.
18 times we have seen him, number 19 now on the season for Medeiros, and he's had some big moments. This will be a big one here in the 9th inning of a tie game. Cutter, four-seam fastball mostly, and you're going to see the two-seamer changeup, sweeper, and a couple of sliders this year.
Boy, sometimes it's better to be lucky than good, and Betts was certainly lucky on that play.
The luckiest play all year. Whew. I mean, to go right to it, if that ball is just a little bit to the left or right, Dubon at least beats it out first, and you have one run.
The Braves had second and third, nobody out, but somehow the Dodgers keep it locked at 5 apiece. Let's go back and watch that.
And if you look right there, I mean, Drake Baldwin did a great job doing exactly what you want, kind of trying to distract Betts on that ball.
A couple of feet to the left or the right, and you're absolutely right that Dubon's going to beat it out, and the Braves would have had the lead.
So both teams have been able to work their way out of tough spots. And now here we sit in the 9th inning with Edman, Tucker, and Thomas, the scheduled hitters. been a good night for Tommy Edman with a double, the 2-run homer, and he also had a walk with the bases loaded.
I saw last time Darryl come in and get those 2 quick outs and then walk 2 guys in a row. You felt like trying to overthrow a little bit, and you might have saw that on that pitch.
Gets a pop here in foul ground, but no play. Eighth pitch of the at bat. Another foul ball. I've seen a lot of long at bats, a lot of foul balls tonight. And Medeiros freezes him. The cutter, center cut.
Big pitch there right after the heaters, the foul balls that we have seen that come back here and just lock up Tommy Edman, who's been seeing the baseball really well. That is a great way to start this 9th inning for Victor Medeiros.
That just shows you it's the right pitch. You got to be willing to throw it right 3-2, and he did, and just froze him.
First out, now Kyle Tucker. Thinking ahead to the bottom of the 9th. Harris, Ozzie, Lane Thomas due up for Atlanta. Dodgers have the lefty Tanner Scott throwing. Got him to go after that cutter down and in.
Well, and that's the thing, right? When you're going well, you don't swing at that pitch. It's 3-0. Now you kind of let him right back in the count.
And he evens things up at 2-2 with another cutter.
Different versions of that cutter, right? Smaller, tighter on that one. The previous one gets a little bit big on Victor Medeiros.
Two to the $240 million man, Kyle Tucker. Down and in, full count.
Throw the 3-2 cutter to Edman. Do you come back here, or do you at least gas him with one?
So he tried to throw that 2-seamer. He didn't look like he was that comfortable doing it. I feel like the cutter feels like it's the comfort pitch to get in the zone.
Yep, there's the cutter. Shallow.
That's trouble.
But Riley's able to make the catch. And Thomas was coming in, wasn't sure who was going to take it, but Austin makes the play.
No, Austin gave the look a little bit of, I need help right here. You know? You can see him.
Yeah.
He looks at Thomas like, you coming to help me, dude?
First pitch again, Frenchie.
Now he's swinging at this one. Thioli took that one. He's hacking here. Fly ball center field.
Yeah, he grounded first pitch into that 4-6-3 double play in the 7th with the bases loaded.
Get it down a little bit. You got your F8
figured out.
Taking over as a primary center fielder with Andy Pages on the injured list. Squirts this one foul. Down to the count 1-2. Madero's looking for a 1-2-3 top of the ninth. Struck him out. Look at the emotion from Victor Maderos.
Dropped a vomino somewhere in there, I promise you. But we're going to the ninth. Michael Harris, chance to walk it off.
Show the fire out there on the mound, and he was amped after striking out Thomas. And now it's Harris, it's Albies, it's Lane Thomas, and Tanner Scott is going to be on the mound here for the Los Angeles Dodgers.
Well, and guys, you see that 4 for 7 for Michael Harris. 2 long balls.
And the Braves able to hang a loss on Tanner Scott last night. It'd be great to see back-to-back nights here.
Just run it back.
Yeah.
Remember last night, Michael went after that first pitch on him and grounded right back to him, and that's when Ozzie got the 2-0 slider in the big hit.
Ozzie waits on deck. Braves 5 walk-off wins this season, hoping to author a 6th tonight. Again, Scott back in that closer role. Obviously not a save situation here, but with Diaz injured again. Grounder to first. Freeman gobbles it up. 1 away.
So you got Ray Kerr throwing right now again in the Braves bullpen. Iggy was not warming up for that 9th inning. It would be 3 out of 4 for him, and he's had some pretty emotional games, and so I think for Walt trying to get him a night off.
"24 hours ago, Ozzie Albies with the RBI single off of this man, Tanner Scott, to give the Braves a 4-3 win. He comes up here in the 9th in a 5-5 game in game 2. 1-1 count. 1-2 pitch in on his hands at 98. For the win tonight, the Braves would win the season series over the Dodgers. They had a great chance there in the 8th to take the lead, couldn't do it. Now trying to walk it off in the bottom of the 9th. 1-2 pitch. And Ozzie went up to try to get it. He swings through it, and there are 2 down.
A 97 with life here, 2-strike count, well above the zone, and taking off a little bit more than Ozzie anticipated. Tough pitch to try to get to,
especially with his size.
Lane Thomas entered midstream today for Yastrzemski.
One walk-off in his career, and it happened earlier this year when he was with the Royals. It was a walk-off homer.
He's going to reach. That falls. Thomas is going to head for second. It takes a friendly kick, so it's an easy double. There's your potential winning run with Riley strolling to the plate.
Well, smart move too here by Lane. Nice piece of hitting. Gets that slider and just kind of slices it the other way. Stop for a second. You start to see him turn the Jets on to go to 3. And
when you saw that bounce right come back a little bit right here, look at that kick that went to the right. Now Tucker does have a good arm, and Thomas was thinking about it, but not worth taking a chance.
They're going to put Riley on and
make Madero's hit.
Well, with the Braves losing the DH, that's who would be scheduled, but instead it is going to be Ha-Seong Kim.
Wouldn't this be something?
Well, this would be a story.
Bart Pryor going to go out and talk to Scott.
So the only other guy on the bench right now, Dom Smith, but left-handed. You don't want that lefty-lefty matchup, and so Kim is going to be the guy. And he also only has one walk-off hit in his career. Going to go back to 23 when he had a walk-off homer with the Padres.
Well, you see the numbers. 5 for 76.
Means he's due, partner.
Just find a hole somewhere.
At his first at bat in 11 days since August 15th. No one is craving a moment like this more than Ha-Seong Kim. Inside, 1-0. Was out until the middle of May with that finger injury and has just never been able to right the ship. Could tonight be the night? 2-0. You've got Baldwin on deck.
I'm hacking right here.
You are?
Oh,
of course you
guaranteed.
are, but what about Ha-Seong Kim?
I am if I'm him. You're getting a 2-0 heater right here. Center cut. Good call.
Well, Tanner Scott missing with 3 straight. Right at the top of the zone. Keep in mind, no challenges for the Dodgers. 1 still left for Atlanta.
Take a hack.
Scott with a 3-1 to Kim. He does take a hack at 97, and it's a full count. Those guys and the rest of Truist waiting for a reason to explode. Payoff pitch. We'll do it again.
And I mean, it's been all heaters. And that's what I'm saying. I don't think you can really, if you're Scott right now, you can't speed up his bat for him, can you? Right? I mean, that would
be kicking yourself.
Yeah.
Kim in the air, back behind home plate and out of play again.
Each one, right? He's getting that timing down a little bit. It's been a long time, as you guys mentioned, since he has last seen some live pitching. He's putting up a fight right now.
Lane Thomas, the potential winning run out there at second base. 8th pitch of the at bat here between Tanner Scott and Ha-Seong Kim. Line drive, it's down. Thomas is coming home. The unlikeliest of heroes, Ha-Seong Kim, has his big moment. And he's naked. And they're naked. And the party is on in Atlanta.
You have heard it consistently from his teammates, despite everything that's got on with Ha-Seong Kim. He continues to carry himself like a professional, shows up every day, ready to go. You never know when the moment is going to come, and these guys, no doubt, are thrilled for him right now. And what a moment, second time now in the career of Ha-Seong Kim that he's had a walk-off, and that had to feel incredible.
Tell you what, guys, I know it's for him. I can't imagine what he's gone through this year. But to face a guy like Tanner Scott, you haven't taken AB in 11 days. To foul off the amount of pitches he did and finally get one. Tell you what, man, good for him. Takes 26 guys, and it did tonight. Wow.
He was 5 for 76 on the season. He had not had an at bat in 11 days, but he comes through in the biggest way tonight.
Said he was due, right?
And he is with Wiley.
Thanks, BG. Ha-Seong, can you tell me what it felt like as you watched that ball land and ran down the first base line?
저 볼이 땅에 착지하면서 볼이 땅에 닿는 순간 1루 달려가면서 무슨 생각을 했는지요?
일단 팀이 이기는데 도움이 돼서 일단 너무 기분 좋고 빨리 땅에 떨어지길 바라고 있었어요.
Well, first off, I'm just glad that I was able to help the team get a win, and I was just praying the ball just finds the ground as soon as possible.
You've got a long track record of success at the major league level. This season has been a struggle. Just emotionally, how challenging has it been, and how rewarding was tonight?
이제 메이저리그 레벨에서 성공을 찾기가 엄청 힘든데 이번 시즌은 좀 힘든 시즌이었는데 다시 좀 성공을 찾는데 무슨 노력들이 있었나요?
그냥 일단 계속 제가 할 수 있는 거에 최선을 다하고 언제 나갈지 모르지만 나갈 때 제가 할 수 있는 베스트를 하려고 계속 노력하고 있고 근데 또 그런 결실이 오늘 나와서 기분 좋은 것 같아요.
I think it's about trying your best at what you can control, and I feel like you never know when you're going to be get the call to send out there. So I've been staying ready, and I feel like all that hard work, preparation paid off today.
Didier Fuentes made a few big pitches tonight. He's just 21 years old. How impressed have you been by him?
오늘 디디어 푸엔테스가 되게 큰 피칭을 보여줬는데 21살밖에 안 된 어린 선수가 좀 얼마나 인상 깊었는지요?
사실 올 시즌 너무 좋은 피칭을 해주고 있고 또 그렇기 때문에 지금 팀이 좋은 위치에 있는데 너무 대단한 것 같고 계속 잘했으면 좋겠어요.
Yeah, he's been a great pitcher for us all season long. I think it's incredible that what he's doing, and part of the success that the team is having right now is due to him. So I hope nothing but the best for him.
Are you going to be able to sleep tonight?
오늘 잠 잘 수 있을 것 같나요?
또 내일 경기가 있으니까.
Yes, I need to. We have a game tomorrow as well.
All right, thanks, Ha-Seong. Congratulations.
Thank you.
All right, Brandon, back up to you guys.
Of all the scripts that could have been prepared for tonight, this one was not in the cards. But Ha-Seong Kim delivers in the biggest moment.